6:53. There's a look at traffic this morning on the Queensway. Everything rolling along nicely. Of course, a few years from now, there'll probably be less traffic on the Queensway because hopefully people will be taking advantage of the light rail transit system that we've begun to install it. It's actually happening. Joining us this morning, Councillor Mark Taylor is here to talk more about the Western LRT. How are you?
I'm great.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So we've broken ground. We've got some things going with the LRT. There's action.
That's right. With the first portion, the downtown piece,
Yeah.
the Confederation line. Yeah.
Some questions about the Western LRT. There, and you've had some consultations already, have you not?
That's
involving
right.
the public, and there's another session
Another
today.
one today. Yeah, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. at City Hall.
Why do you want to hear from the public?
Well, hearing from the public always gives us an opportunity to make things better. So, the first consultation that we had, we took away the feedback. We heard folks loud and clear, and that allowed us to go back and make some changes to it, and adapt a little bit more so that we're responsive to people's concerns.
Right. Tell me about the Richmond Underground. As you and I were talking about, it's a very cool name.
It is a very cool name. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So, what we're looking at now is from the edge of Rochester Field. So for transit takers, you come off the Dominion Station.
Yep.
And then the LRT would travel along the back of Rochester Field in a narrow, shallow trench. And then it would, at the end of Rochester Field, go into an underground tunnel that would take it all the way up. There's a stop at Cleary. Underneath Richmond Road, there's a stop at New Orchard, and then up into the Pinecrest Creek Transit Corridor that's there at Lincoln Fields now.
Was this a part of the original plan, or have they had to adjust that?
Well, this was the piece that was always missing. So if you think of a jigsaw puzzle with a piece missing in the center, we didn't know how we were going to get from Tunney's Pasture to Lincoln Fields.
Right.
There was 3 basic corridors under consideration.
And the NCC idea was kind of tossed aside, right, to go along the Parkway or all that sort of thing?
Well, the NCC's always been concerned about protecting the green space,
sure,
but more specifically protecting their green space. So they were fine if we wanted to go at surface along the Byron Linear Park, which for a lot of our residents was just a non-starter. They didn't want anything on the surface in the Byron Linear Park. And they didn't want underneath it either because the trees would have had to have come out, a lot of large trees.
Yeah.
So we think this fits the bill. It addresses the NCC's concerns, resident concerns, but still gets the job done in a way that's responsible for residents.
Yeah. What do people, when they come to these public consultations, and it's from 3 to 8, right?
That's right.
Today?
So people can, depending upon what your schedule is, you can come and go.
Yeah. What do they say?
Well, we've broken out the consultation tonight into different kind of buckets. So for folks who are concerned about transit-oriented development, they can go and talk to city staffers and provide feedback and learn more about that. Some people are concerned about, exactly how are you going to mitigate this thing so that I don't see it and I don't hear it kind of thing. So they can go and give feedback on that. But at the end of the day, the thing that we have to remember is we're trading 800 buses a day, $500,000 a year, on the surface of the Parkway for a silent train that runs underneath the green space. That's a pretty good deal if you ask me.
Oh, I like the whole, I'm in full support of the thing.
Good.
And the more underground,
you can be
the
the first rider.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Actually, I volunteered, Councillor, to go out with a shovel and help out. You know what I mean?
And help dig the...
Oh, look, I'm all for the tunnels.
All right, well, that should earn you a conductor's cap and, first at the controls.
You heard it here. Drop by City Hall today between 3 and 8.
Please.
And you find out more if you're just asking questions. It's a great way to do it, right?
Yeah, and if you have feedback, give it to us. It'll help make it even better.
Thanks for coming by to see us.
Thank you, sir.
Councillor Mark Taylor. Can't wait. I have a hard hat already. Oh, I'm good to go.
Bring it with you.
And some boots.